YouTube, Awesome Writer here. This is going to be my review for Gozyuger Episode 8. So I liked a lot about what this episode brought in regards to the series overall, but I did feel it was a bit rushed. We had a pretty great cliffhanger last week with a ring hunter Garyudo seemingly taking out fake Tyranno Ranger. Now I guess it seems like he might be alive because he takes the body, so I'm going to presume they save him for later, which I am happy about because I thought he was an interesting enough character to keep around. It's funny because this is the second time I was wrong about a death, but in reverse. Even though I firmly believe Suga's alive, it's just funny that on Gav, I thought that he was still going to be alive and he turns out to be dead, and this was the opposite case where I thought they took him out and it seems like they'll bring him back. But honestly, I can't blame myself for thinking that just because I can't remember the last time, if ever, I saw like a Sentai shot where like the bullet goes through. So I thought that was meant to be like the shock value of this character is serious and took out a ranger. But we'll have to see how that plays out. But a good lead-in for that, and I really do like the Garyudo character in regards to his design, his concept. You know, he has that D-end ability to bring up like avatars of rangers. His changer has a cooler sounding voice. It kind of reminds me, I think, of the Forze belt, which is really neat. I love the concept of him being this kind of closer to the villain character. The fact that like the queen villain Tega June is like the anti-Tega sword. I get a feeling we might get another variant with the Six Ranger, and there might be kind of like a quasi-family of all these titans, which I think is cool. I just like the dynamic that he adds. And then of course the twist that he is Horu's brother, which I'm surprised I didn't see coming. I think it's because when we revealed stuff about his brother back in the Don Momotaro episodes, they made a big deal about like Fire Candle's rivalry with him at the time. Not to mention, I completely forgot that the Ring Hunter was on the way. I'm glad it's not Fire Candle, I think that's his name, because honestly, his performance is too much for me, and I think this is a much more interesting character for that dynamic. So I do like that. It's a very cliched dynamic, but I think it'll be really interesting to play out over the course of the series, and I think there's a lot interesting about his character. With all that being said though, this felt so rushed. In a way, I did find it refreshing that he just comes up and introduces himself like, hey, I'm your brother, I'm back. I thought that was kind of a nice change of pace from the usual drawn out like identity storyline, or maybe he's around and he doesn't know he's his brother and then it's revealed later. There could have been some good drama there for sure. I did think that was a nice change of pace, but it was so weirdly rushed that he's like, hey, I'm back, this is my new name, this is my company. I was kind of going back and forth because I'm like, wouldn't he have kind of found him or looked for him? But I'm like, I guess he did change his name. And it is just weird that he establishes all this stuff, which felt like it could have been drawn out over a couple episodes, and then you have him manipulating him to fight the others at the end so easily. Like, I kind of like last week with the whole working as a team storyline and then the other of the week storyline where I felt it was rushed and smushed together and it felt like it could have been 2 episodes. I felt like they fast-tracked stuff way too much in this episode. It almost feels like this is a short series where they only have 20 episodes or something. Like, not that I want them to draw things out, but I think that this could have played out a little bit longer and it just felt so weirdly rushed. It'll be interesting to see how the storyline in the series feels overall once this is played out, but yeah, having all that happen so quickly just felt like it was on fast forward. One thing that is kind of unfortunate about Ring Hunter being Horu's brother is I'm fairly positive that means there's a strong chance for a redemption arc. I saw people even in the comments echoing what I was thinking, and that I hope we can finally have like a rogue ranger, ranger-esque character stay evil or rogue or whatever, because I'm so tired of them always be redeemed. You know, even with Stacy, not Stacy, well Stacy was pretty cliche, but like with Rackley's at least, I thought it was done in a way that it was worth it. But it would be nice to just have a character that's treated with the same level of like development and characterization as the Rangers, but stays an actual villain. But because you have the family connection, it's almost certain there's going to be a redemption arc, which is like pre-disappointing me a little bit. I did like the idea though of him being able to manipulate his brother based off of their bond and him kind of being inspired by him to be #1 and not really having his own dream, and the idea that the Gozyugers really aren't supposed to be working together, so having him realize like, hey, you're supposed to be my enemies. In concept, that's cool, but they haven't really been working together all that long. Like last week was the first time they acknowledged we need to learn to work as a team. So in general, I feel that the Ring Hunter stuff with the brother could have been drawn out a little bit more, and also this idea of him getting Red to turn on everyone else, I think would have been better if we had spent a little bit more time with the Gozyugers as a team. Because I think if we had spent maybe 3 to 5 more episodes with them actually working together, it could have almost like hit hard of like, oh, he's turning on them, realizing it's a game where they're all against each other. It'll probably be a little bit better next week when it's all coming together with finding Red's true motivation and he's gonna get his mecha and stuff. But just in general, like I saw the potential here and I was entertained, and I think they're introducing more and more interesting stuff, but the pacing just feels all off and it makes everything feel a little bit hollow. Like I said, yeah, it's obviously all going to play into his story arc about his motivations and probably finding his goal or wish next week, I imagine. And like I said multiple times, I really like the stuff they're introducing here, and I think the show is getting more and more interesting as the weeks go on. But I also just feel that this was just so rushed, man. Like I said, on fast forward, I wish things had played out a little bit better. And we're only 8 episodes in, which is crazy. So this could be a situation where in hindsight things will make more sense. But right now I just wish it wasn't so fast-tracked, even if I'm enjoying the show for what it is. But what did you guys think? Did you like our new Ring Hunter character? Did you think things felt too rushed? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications from all my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.